Good morning, it's Monday and I'm going to film for you a what I eat in a week. I'm going to try and keep it snappy, try and train myself not to chat so much because you know what I'm like, but I'm going to start with breakfast, which is essentially the same every day. I have porridge most days and this morning I also had a protein shake. So I have the Form Nutrition protein shake. I'm worried we've got no strawberries. Oh no, we have some, yay. Unfortunately, I can't find the attachment for my tripod, so I'm having to bend over for you. We start with half a cup of oats, around a tablespoon of, this is chia and hemp. I'm telling you the measurements just so you can replicate, but you can adjust if you need more food, less food. Cinnamon, half a cup of oat milk, half a cup of water. Turn this on and then cook this at a medium heat. The key to yummy porridge, I always say this, is to not let it boil or get too hot. I watch a lot of people's videos where they're boiling their porridge furiously and that's gonna make it go all gloopy and horrible. If you want the lovely creamy porridge, just simmer it. Don't even let it boil, just let it be warm. That's the key. Now we've got our delicious porridge. That took about 3 minutes. I'm just going to pop some strawberries in here. I never use a chopping board for this because more washing up. And then I just do a little drizzle of maple syrup. And I know you've seen me do this 100 times and it's probably boring at this point, but here we are. This is my breakfast for today. Perfection. After a few hours of work and editing, it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna have a little rummage in the very full fridge and let you know what I'm having, but I'm thinking maybe a wrap or a Buddha bowl, we'll see. So this is everything that I've just grabbed from the fridge. Just got some salad, some tofu, kimchi, this leftover pouch of grain and greens, carrot. I'm just gonna assemble it all together. So here we have my delicious Buddha bowl. We've got grated carrot. I had to use a microplane grater because the normal grater is in the dishwasher and I could not be able to wash it up. We've got those grains and greens from M&S, which I highly recommend. I bought those because I was going around to celebrate my mum's birthday. So I picked that up because we wanted to have salad. And I've got a base of salad underneath all of this, a load of kimchi, tomatoes, and then that basil flavored tofu. I was gonna use the smoked, and then I thought, no, that will work better with the basil because this grains and greens has mint in it. And then I've topped it all with lemon juice, salt and pepper, and I'm excited to dig in. And this would work perfectly with some avocado, but we don't have any. So it's just gonna be this. And I used to have so much less tofu. Some people don't like having tofu, some people are allergic to soy. But I used to have so much less tofu and I used to do it, I think, as a way of like saving the tofu, like when I used to buy a packet like that because it's quite expensive. But that's what's going to fill you up. The protein is what's going to fill you up. And there's nothing wrong with soy. I know lots of people are going to disagree, and fine, disagree. I've spoken to my dietitian about this and she said that basically the issues that people worry about when it comes to soy are all myths. They're not actually backed by science. And you can eat soy in a healthful way, just like anything, moderation. Don't go mad and have tofu in ridiculous amounts. I have a very balanced diet where I have tofu and then the next day I'll have chickpeas and then I'll have that profusion stuff that's like based in, I think it's like pea protein. Get your protein sources from a variety of places if you're vegan, but there's nothing wrong with having tofu. in a moderate amount. In fact, actually having soy-based products and tofu is really good for you, and it's a really healthy part of a vegan diet. So don't be afraid, unless you're allergic or there is a specific reason that your doctor's told you to avoid it, then there's nothing wrong. And definitely speak to a nutritionist or dietitian if you're concerned, rather than doing what I did like years ago, reading articles online that have dubious origins. Actually speak to professionals and then make your own conclusion and do what works for you. But anyway, I'm gonna eat this and I'll see you for dinner. I've just got a package and I thought I'd show you because this is food. My protein bars, these are ridiculous. They're my favourite I've tried. I've not tried all of them, so let me know if you have any particular favourites of protein bars. I just think these are they just taste like you're eating a normal chocolate bar, so they're great. And I got a new flavour I haven't tried yet called Chocolate Biscuit Crunch. The flavour that I usually have and that I like the most is the Chocolate Caramelicious. But I'm gonna have a cup of tea and one of these and I'll tell you what it's like. I also really like the packaging. I feel like they don't look like your standard muscle, strength, carb crusher kind of vibe of lots of protein bars. I kind of like that. They're really good. I still prefer the Caramelicious one though, because it's almost got a like slight praline flavour, or is it hazelnut? It's got kind of that sort of flavour in there. I'm assuming that's where some of the crunch comes from, but it's still got a little bit of caramel in there, but it just, you know, it looks like and tastes like a chocolate bar, so dreamy. No, I figured it out. It's coconut. It's got a coconutty type flavour, kind of like Nice biscuits. Good evening. I've just posted my YouTube video. You can go watch it up here if you haven't already. Brussels video. But we're having dinner and we've got an exciting box delivery which you are perched on right now, so let's open it. Alex is acting as my tripod. Thank you, Alex. Say hello. So I got a box from Green Chef. You know that I have used Green Chef many times. It's not opening. Ugh. So Green Chef is basically like a delivery service and they do vegan options because I don't know of others that do. And I've tried Green Chef stuff and it is so delicious while also being very simple. Their recipes feel like a lot of my recipes because they are so easy to follow, but they are delicious. They're not like so simple that they become boring. Everything is portioned out for you so that you reduce food waste. I find that if I get this for the week, then we know what we're having to eat, we know what we're planning for dinner, and then yeah, we don't have to worry so much. So I've ordered the ginger, cauliflower and cashew curry, which sounds delicious. They put all the information here, like how many calories, your portion of how much you have a day, the proteins. This is really high in protein, which is great. It's got 16 grams of protein. And then this is their cashew satay aubergine. This has also got, well, it's got 18 grams of protein, 500 calories, 3 portions. That looks so good. We've got to decide which one we're going to eat out. And then the vibrant mango and tamari poke rice bowl. This has 6 grams of protein, so not as high protein. I feel like this is quite a good one to have for lunch maybe. And then it's got 500 calories, so that's 2 portions. They're all 2 or 3 portions. All the ingredients are listed here, and then the instructions. So the instructions are always very simple because they're literally just like this. So let's get everything out of the box and then we're going to decide what we're going to eat. But yeah, it just comes in a box like this with a little cool bag, all portioned out. And I know that lots of you discussed your concern over the plastic, but look, paper bags. So I think that they are definitely endeavouring to reduce plastic. All of their veg comes loose. And I just personally think this is a great way to reduce your food waste. Lots of you have voiced that it really helps you because you're busy, because you're disabled, because you are learning how to cook, because you have a specific dietary restriction. And I think that boxes like this are wonderful for those kinds of things. So don't rule it out until you've tried it. I want this one, the cashew satay aubergine, because it's nasi goreng.
Nope. Yep.
You want the curry?
No, hang on. Oh, that does look good though. That looks like a... Yeah. What's that? Pak choy.
Pak choy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to do this. So we've got to turn the oven on and then I'll talk you through each step. A quick reminder before I start cooking is that you get 40% off your first box of Green Chef if you use the code Madeleine GC or Green Chef, link in the description, and then you get 20% off your next 3 boxes. So you get loads of discounts if you use my code, and you can give Green Chef a go. They do keto, high protein, they do vegetarian, vegan, obviously. It's just the place to go if you have a specific diet or you're into, you know, healthy eating, that kind of thing. So first, we've preheated our oven and we've got to chop up our aubergine. Sous chef, grab my chopping board. Oh, don't do that.
I did it on the...
Can you get the chopping board?
Other end.
Why are you getting 2 knives?
It look good.
So, trim the aubergine then half lengthways. This is dangerous, you've got a knife. So just trim the edge off. Wow, you're jumping ahead here, mate.
I'll be compost guy.
Yeah. So, yeah, half lengthways. And then we've got to score it into a crisscross pattern. Now,
Anything for the compost.
this is going to be quite the experience.
Any old compost.
Oh my god.
You ever done this?
I've not scored. Maybe I have. I don't remember. The thing is, I cook food so much for videos, I forget even what I've done.
Not that noise.
Can you get me a small bowl? So now I think we're making a bit of a sauce to probably put on top of the aubergine. So this is going to have garlic, lime, cashew butter, and water, and then we are going to use the ketjap manis. Ketjap manis or ketjap manis?
Ketchup.
I think it's, yeah, essentially ketchup, because ketchup is not just tomato ketchup. Ketchup can be lots of different things. I think we looked at that the other day, didn't we? Ketchup is just a sweet sauce. It doesn't have to be tomato.
Yeah, banana ketchup.
Yeah, there's loads of different. I've got mushroom ketchup in the cupboard.
Oh, sorry.
So we're gonna take a garlic clove, and the cool thing about this as well is it has a little indication of the ingredients for 2 people or 4 people depending on the box you have. So for us we need 2 garlic cloves. Could you kindly get me the garlic mincer? So mince that in here. So we're taking half of the lime and juicing it, and then the other half is being saved for wedges. It's okay, I've got this now.
You heathen.
Now I'm going to empty this cashew butter. Cashew butter is something actually we should buy, because we never eat cashew butter. In goes the cashew butter.
Where would you buy it?
You can buy it in health food shops, probably get it in the farm shop. But I just think, you know how many times, I don't know about you, but how many times you followed a recipe that you really want to try, and you think this is a really fun recipe, I want to give it a go, but you're not 100% sure if it's going to end up being a recipe that you eat again. Whether it's because it's more complicated than you thought, or it's not your cup of tea, or whatever. And you end up buying ingredients, or you end up making a recipe and you love it, but it's not something you're going to make every week because, I don't know, you just don't. And you end up with ingredients in your fridge that go off. That's why I think this is kind of a great way to experiment with ingredients, with meals, recipes, without committing, because maybe this is a recipe that I love, but maybe I'm not going to make it until next month or something, and I've gone out and bought specific ingredients that then go off. Alex is drinking an alcohol-free Lef.
Tell you what, it's very good.
Yeah, we're really converted to the alcohol-free beers. They're really tasty. And now we need, could you kindly get me 1 tablespoon of water? Pop that in there. Alex, you just spilled it everywhere.
A little bit. Teeny bit. There we go.
And then I'm going to give this a little whisk, because the cashew butter I think needs, I don't think a whisk is the right thing. I would use a fork. So use
Oh, I guess I'll have to lick this clean.
a fork, breaks it up better. Could you do that? Good
Oh.
old mix. And then we slowly stir in this, so it's nice and smooth. This is the ketchup. It'd be jap, wouldn't it?
Catsup.
Ketchup. Yeah.
I don't know what.
Well, it's Indonesian.
Oh, it is.
I'm assuming because it said nasi goreng.
Oh, there we go.
Just put a tiny bit of water in the pouch just to get the rest out. Now we're going to take the aubergine, pop them on a baking tray and bake them or roast them in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. And then I think we put the sauce on after that. Drizzle with oil, roast for 8 to 10 minutes. Meanwhile, we're going to be doing something else. And then I think after the 8 to 10 minutes, you put some cashew sauce on them, season them, and do another 12 to 15 minutes. Could you, sous chef, wash the pak choy for me? I'm going to chop the end off, because if you chop the end off the pak choy, it does make it a little easier to wash, because then it can get inside those bits.
Okay.
They do fall apart though, so you might want to do one at a time. And now we're going to be halving our pepper and slicing into, I just accidentally chopped it in the wrong place, and then chopping into thin strips. I was getting distracted by the camera and I forgot to drizzle some olive oil on my aubergine. Now meanwhile we're going to be making some rice. They've given us a nice little portioned out thing of rice. And then it says 200 ml of boiled water, nearly a cup, with a little bit of salt. So bring it to the boil, then reduce, and then cover, and then we've got lovely rice. So now I'm going to slice up my spring onion whilst the rice is going, and then I think we'll pause for a second whilst the aubergine cooks, because I think the last job is just to fry up the peppers and the peanuts, and then I think it's a matter of mixing things together in a second. But I'm going to get everything prepped.
Ready to be covered.
The timer is going off, and that means that the aubergine needs to come out, and then we're going to be putting the sauce on. So I'm just going to get my sauce and spread this across the top. I need to get one of my little bastery things. And we're going to put this back in for 12 to 15 minutes. And I'm going to add on the peppers first to fry. Now we're going to add the pak choy, my head is cut off again, into the pan with the people.
Unchopped.
Apparently. The aubergine is done, so I've turned the oven off and just left it in there to stay warm. Adding a clove of garlic. Gonna stir this through for a minute. Here it is, looking absolutely delightful and smelling very fragrant. Yummy, yummy. So now as the final little assemble, so we're going to be adding in the rice and the tamari sachet, and then stirring it all through for a minute, and then basically you serve it up. And I'll serve it up and show you what it all looks like, and then we've got all the little toppings for it. Finally adding in the tamari, tossing this all through together. And there you have our delicious nasi goreng style aubergines. And we're gonna dig in because this smells delightful. We're actually not gonna sit like this to eat. We're just doing this so we can show you. We're actually just gonna...
This is how I always eat.
Alex is gonna sit on the chair and we're gonna watch some TV, but I wanted to show you our thoughts on the meal. Smells very fresh and lovely, doesn't it?
We never cook aubergine like this.
We don't. That is so yummy. Just goes to show you can make veg taste so delicious with so little effort.
This won't take long to eat, will it?
No, honestly, yummy. Good evening. I have just taken my makeup off, got into something comfy, and like every evening I'm making myself a chamomile tea. This is the Pucker 3 Chamomile Organic, a soothing floral fusion of African, Egyptian and European chamomile. I've been really enjoying this tea. If I don't have this one, then I have the Pucker Cleanse, which is fennel, nettle and peppermint. And also I love the Pucker Peace, which is spearmint, ashwagandha and hemp seed oil. It's just a great way of ending my day. I make myself a cup of tea, I get myself a large glass of water, I go upstairs, I watch a YouTube video, or it used to be Love Island, though Love Island's finished now. I read a book and I go to sleep. Perfect way to end the day. Hope you've enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to check out Green Chef. They have new recipes all the time. I think it's literally every week. I haven't had a duplicate recipe. Every single time I go on there to order a new box, there are new recipes I haven't tried yet, which makes it very exciting, and it actually really inspires me to try new things. And you can get, like I said, 40% off with the code MadeleineGC, and then 20% off your next 3 boxes. So it's a really big discount. So it's perfect for any of you who are interested in health and wellness. If you're vegan, vegetarian, keto, after a high protein diet, definitely recommend checking them out and giving them a go for a new little food delivery box service, which you know I'm a big fan of. So yeah, thanks again to them for working with me, and yeah, I highly recommend and rate them, which is why I always talk about them. So I'm gonna make myself this cup of tea and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.